This is Gray Man Media content.
In 79 AD, a Roman scholar described immensely strong Himalayan animals with human-like bodies. Chinese manuscripts from the 7th century mention hairy creatures similar to the Yeti. Alexander the Great demanded to see one when he conquered the Indus Valley in 326 BC. The tales change from region to region across Asia, but in many places the beast was seen as a harbinger of death. Combination of man, animal, and demon, we travel to the roof of the world, where Wolf takes a bite out of the Yeti.
I climbed into the hills.
I'm romantic. I would like Bigfoot to exist.
One type is about 3 feet tall, very dark, not humanoid at all. The lizard-looking.
The creatures that I've seen mostly have been the greys.
To the search for truth. Little grey men from outer space who actually abduct humans.
I'm shaking.
What are you shaking for?
No, I'm nervous.
What are you nervous for? We do this every time. This is nothing new.
I know, Devin. I'm just
relax. Ooh, Straba. Here, hold up. I know something that might help. Let's do a dry run.
Yeah, give me in the mood.
I'm working on it. How about this?
Nice. Oh, can we open with that? Welcome to another episode of Wolf Takes a Bite podcast.
He's back, baby. We're good. It's fine. Oh, you just need to have a second of the rocket.
And 3, 2, welcome back to another episode of Wolf Takes a Bite podcast. I'm your host, John Wolf, here on video for the second time.
Season
3, Devin. And we are just getting better and better every time, I feel like. Today, we're going to be taking a bite out of one of the most infamous cryptids in cryptozoology.
It's a pretty big one.
The Yeti!
Oh, whatever noise the Yeti makes.
Wait a second.
But wait. Is that how the show goes now?
Yeah.
I don't remember how the show goes.
Fuck, I don't know. We're in it now.
Oh, we're in the game.
Yeah.
We're dipping our toes, as the script may say.
Yeah. So what's up, Devin? We're here. We're on video. We're on YouTube.
We're on the tubes, and also wherever you're listening to this on podcast form.
Yep. Boob tube and audio tube.
Hey, we're in 4K right now.
We are in 4K.
We're in 4K. Whoa.
Oh, let's hope my shit doesn't break. Because if something's gonna fail, it's most likely my equipment.
Yeah, it'll be rough. Yeah. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah, just cam on Devin the entire time.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh
no. Post-production note. Make sure every time Devin says anything, cut to Devin.
As long as it makes sense, that's what I usually do, yeah.
Cut to that. So I'm trying a new side saddle position here in the seat, so that way I could be more framed for you guys, so I look a little bit better on camera.
For those of you who's just listening, John is sitting slightly adjacent to where he typically sits.
Yeah.
So
it's comfortable. It's different. I like it. This is my spot now.
They can't see your big arms, though.
Oh.
There we go. There we go. There you go.
It's pretty big. Doesn't look as good without the Gray Man Media logo here.
It would look pretty good. Let's get it tattooed.
Yeah, I'm down, actually.
Really? I'd think about it.
I'd definitely think about it.
I'd think about it. Maybe a couple more years in.
If we get 1 million subscribers, I will get a tattoo.
Yeah, dude. Were you kidding me?
You know what? I take that back. If we get a YouTube silver plaque, I will get.
What is that? 100? Is that 100?
150K.
150?
Yeah, we could do that,
bro. We deserve that.
I mean, we've already got our 20.
I think it's 30.
Well, yeah, 30.
Yeah, but this is on the Wolf Takes a Bite. This is exclusive to the Wolf Takes a Bite YouTube channel, not the regular Gray Man channel.
Yeah. So this YouTube channel specifically needs to have it, and then I'll get Wolf Takes a Bite tattooed on me.
I'll get every logo tattooed on me for each channel. So if we get 150K on the Gray Man, I'll get the Gray Man logo. If we get 150K on this one, I'll get the Wolf Takes a Bite logo. And if we get 150K on the Gray Man Gaming channel, I'll get the Gray Man Gaming logo.
You better make sure that logo looks good.
They look pretty sick. I'm actually very happy with all of our logos.
Do you have any tattoos?
I've got one. I have one. It's a...
Oh, I see it. It says your mom.
Yeah.
He
Well,
does have one.
it says mom, not your mom. That would be...
No, the funny part is they think I was joking, but it really is
It's right
just mom on his arm.
Just, hold up.
He got the most basic, stereotypical tattoo that you could possibly
Yeah, but
get.
I changed it up a little bit. It's in green font. It's got a little bit of a flame going on.
I do see the flaming heart, a little bit of
It's,
Magdalene Mary thing going on for you.
It's got like almost like the Liberty... the Statue of Liberty flame thing going at the top.
No, it looks good. It looks good.
It's because I love my mom a lot. She gets on my last fucking nerves sometimes, but oh my God, I gotta text her back. Anyway, this is season 3.
I haven't talked to her in 3 weeks. Fuck.
No, she texted me last. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. None of this. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Hey, you know what does matter? This awesome shirt that you just realized you can't buy.
I was just about to say, yo, that's sick. Where'd you get it? Oh, yeah, that was a limited run and no one else can get that shirt.
Unless we get enough special requests on the Gray Man Media Co. website.
Hey, if you really want
just saying
the merch, just go to graymandmediaco.com and you can go to our store. And if that shirt isn't there and that's the one you wanted, let us know. Send us a message on the website specifically. We will get it, and we might consider doing a second run of this merch.
It's pretty sick merch.
It's pretty dope. I'm very, very happy with it.
So, the Yeti.
Right.
Other words,
the show we're doing.
Yeah. The snow version of Bigfoot.
Yeah. Eskimo Bigfoot.
Yeah, Eskimo Bigfoot.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
The Himalayan Bigfoot?
Yeah. Snow Bigfoot.
Snow leopard.
Well,
Snowball. Snow cones.
Abominable Snowman.
Abominable. Yep, not saying that
That
word today. Not saying it at all today. So.
We're back, man. There's nothing to this, man. This just comes natural for us. You know what I mean?
I don't know why I have full-blown seizures before I get on camera. So the Yeti.
He said to me multiple times, I'm shaking.
The Yeti.
Whoa.
Once better known as the Abominable Snowman, is a mysterious bipedal creature said to live in the mountains of Asia. It sometimes leaves tracks in the snow. I mean, why wouldn't it?
It's got big feet, I'm assuming.
I'm just saying, like, how do you not leave tracks in the snow? Only sometimes?
Unless you were floating.
Man.
Whoa.
Add that to the theories. But it is also said to dwell below the Himalayan snow line. Yet, the Yeti is said to be a muscular, covered with dark grayish and brownish reddish hair. It weighs between 200 and 400 pounds. In other words, about the amount of a gorilla.
That's a big motherfucker.
That's a big gorilla. It is relatively short compared to North America's Bigfoot, averaging about 6 feet tall.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's you.
That is me.
You're the Abominable Snowman.
And the cold never bothered me anyway.
I said, hello. I said something on the Bigfoot episode of season 2. It was the finale. If you haven't listened to that, go listen to it. But imagine a Yeti coming full clip at you.
Mm-hmm. That phrase itself
full
terrifies me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just full clip.
Yeah, just coming, just
clack, clack, clack.
Man, like, I imagine his like arms are like doing a thing. Probably not that much, but yeah.
Maybe it's rigid. I don't know. Zombie style.
Yeah.
So it's relatively short, about 6 foot tall, though this is the most common form. Reported Yetis have come in a variety of shapes. You know, squares, triangles.
Of course.
Of course.
You're
Diamond Yeti. That's level 20.
Yeah, that's You have to be at a certain level
to get the Diamond
It's
Yeti.
very close to bedrock.
We're back to
It's
there is no synchronicity or this is supposed to be the serious part of the show.
Hey, let's get it together.
God damn. All right, serious music. Now the Yetis.
Damn it, which one am I on?
Now the Yeti's history goes back centuries. In the 18th century, the Yeti was a part of the pre-Buddhist beliefs of several Himalayan people. He was told that Lepcha people worshipped the glacier being, or as a god of the hunt. In the West, Yeti-like creatures long ago were reduced to myth. The Abominable Snowman.
Take two.
Abominable Snowman.
Take three.
The Abominable Snowman
That's a
is something.
TikTok.
I finally said it!
You nailed it, bro. Keep going. Sorry.
The Abominable Snowman is something from Scooby-Doo episodes and or part of the latest installment of Hollywood's Mummies franchise.
Was
To
he
the
in the Mummy?
No.
Oh.
To the mainstream science, the notion of Bigfoot is a little more than just a joke. But across the Himalayas, the beast was seen as real, known for generations in half-dozen countries from Tibet to Pakistan. It was a religion flush with wildlife where tigers, bears, and wild dogs, oh my, roamed thick mountain forests and remote river valleys. Here, if nowhere else, the Yeti simply one more creature would exist. For Bhutan, a country barely noticed by much of the world, it became something even more. In a nation stumbling nervously into modern society, the hulking mountain beast was publicly celebrated, becoming a 20th century talisman against unbridled change and a link to ancient traditions. Stories of its travels were told by the king and top government officials. The Sakteng. Yeah, I used the thing where it says translate. Don't remember them. I got it though. The Sakteng Wildlife Sanctuary, a national park, a very large national park, was created in part as a place to protect it. Once Bhutan bothered to set up a postal system in the early 1960s, it issued stamps honoring an animal that science insists does not exist. In a quote from one of their newsletters, everyone knew it was there. It was like the bears or leopards, but why would we question it? Said one elder from Bhutan. He remembers the darkness of the pine forest and the footprints and his terror when the creature began to howl. He remembers the stories of his childhood, of a beast that stalked the upper reaches of the mountains, and a fear spread through the valley every time it was spotted. In 1832, we have a journalist who took an expedition to North Nepal, where he and his local guide spotted a large bipedal creature. It was written off as an orangutan, but fast forward a few decades later, and we have our first recorded evidence of a Yeti, or as they were calling it, a Yeti foot, in 1899. But once we hit the 20th century, the Yeti began to break into the Western zeitgeist, likely due to the frequency of Westerners making determined attempts to scale the many mountains in the area. They would occasionally report seeing odd creatures or strange tracks. In modern times, when Westerners started traveling in the Himalayas, the myth became more sensational, such as in 1921, a journalist named Henry Newman interviewed a group of British explorers who had just returned from Mount Everest expeditions. The explorers told the journalist that they had discovered some very large footprints in the mountain snow. And the guides that had attributed to the Metu Kagami, essentially meaning man-bear-snowman, Newman got the snowman part right, but must have mistranslated Meto as filthy. He seemed to think that Abominable sounded even better and used a more menacing name in the paper. And since the legend was born.
That's a Yeti, bro.
It's a Yeti.
It's a Yeti. So I have one thing that I want to say. Like, I don't know if the Yeti's real or not. I'm kind of undecided. Not like Bigfoot. Bigfoot, I'm pretty sure. There's some motherfucking Bigfoots rolling around out there. But
I mean, check out my size 14.
Yeah, that. And, but like the Yeti, like, why would they put it, like, it must have been so ingrained in the culture for them to put it on their postal stamps.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that. But what I'm definitely confused about is, like, if you're, okay, so you're excited about it. I get it. You know, you got a big monkey. Cool. We're going to put it on a postal stamp, though?
Thank you for addressing me while you were speaking to me. Thank you so much.
I'm looking right at you, Devin. I don't know
You're
what
not
you're
looking
about.
at shit.
If you look at the camera, they won't know the difference.
I think they can figure out that we're sitting at a table.
Yeah, but they don't know you're not right across from me.
You have insulted the intelligence of our viewers.
It's aspected. But continue.
That's pretty much all I got. I mean,
Okay, cool.
there must be, if it was that ingrained in the culture, there must have been some kind of evidence, right?
I mean, to a degree. I mean, as we go through this, we're going to definitely see there's a lot of back and forth with the U.S. government and with the Napoleon government. So,
Well, I was in Bhutan.
Bhutan, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Himalayan.
Yeah, just the Himalayan region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no one is sure exactly how far back these stories actually go, though, in modern lore, or I'm sorry, native lore. But in 79 AD, a Roman scholar, Pinley the Elder, described immensely strong Himalayan animals with human-like bodies. There's also Chinese manuscripts from the 7th century. Many mention hairy creatures similar to the Yeti. Some things were certain. It was tall, it was hairy, and it was very strong. It mostly lived in the high mountains and avoided people. Only a handful of yak herders might report sightings, and with some regularity. But everyone knew it was out there, and they feared it. In Bhutan, most people called it the Migoi, or strong man. But it goes against any number of names across the Himalayas. Glacier Man, Snow Goblin, Wild Man. I like Snow Goblin. That's really good.
Snow Goblin's pretty dope.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If I was a creature, I would want to be named Snow Goblin.
Yeah, you about that?
I'm about it.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I'm Snow Goblin.
I'm a Snow Goblin.
Yo, this new rapper name. MC Snow Goblin.
I was wondering if you were going to keep going or what was about to happen.
I like it. Somebody coin it. To Westerners, though, it is known as the Yeti, a name believed to come from a Tibetan word for bear, and it has gripped outsiders' imaginations since reports of a strange Himalayan creature began filtering out in the mid-20th century. Mountaineers brought back many of the stories, telling of a strange footprints in the snow, of mysterious animals spotted walking on two legs, and tales of their I guess that's a typo. Porters told around campfires. Oh, they're porters. I get it. People who carry their shit.
Hello.
Just maybe. Some thought. There could be truth to these tales. In the high Himalayas, among the most isolated areas, forbidding parts of the world. Couldn't something, perhaps a species of gorilla, or even a form of proto-human, have hidden for centuries amid the crags? Similar tales have proven accurate before. However, in 1902, a German soldier proved that Central African legends of enormous, hairy mountain beasts were based in reality. But Captain Robert von Brigg came home with proof and a body of a mountain gorilla that he shot. I believe that's your note.
It is my note.
Yeah, why don't you say it?
Because I would like to talk about the fact that civilizations didn't even know about gorillas until 1902, which is 6 years before the Model T was built. I don't know if in the grand scheme of things, that sounds nuts, but that's what it's talking about. Like, humans didn't even know about gorillas. It was like a legend, and then we found proof of gorillas right around the time the Model T was built. To me, that's insane.
So part of my deeper dive last night was on this subject.
Mm-hmm.
I get where you're coming from. And if you read only that, it is pretty mind-boggling.
Well, no. Well, think of it in this context, right? That was within the last 120 years. Mm-hmm. We just discovered it. Think about what else could be out there that we don't know about. Think of it in that context.
So the mountain gorilla was actually named Gorilla Berlingi in honor of the captain. That was just a fun fact. How crazy is it that the gorillas were only discovered in 1902, Devin?
Wow, I thought that was pretty interesting too. I don't know. That was just really wild to me, but I don't know. I guess it wasn't that interesting. Fucking you.
We can use the second take.
Fuck off.
Okay. So the Yeti hunt was on. In 1954, Britain's Daily Mail newspaper sent out a search party. In 1957, a Texas oil man took up the chase. And then 3 years later, Everest conqueror Sir Edmund Hillary searched along the Nepal and Tibetan border. Soviet expeditions followed, as well as TV crews and scientists and hucksters. There's been plenty of tantalizing clues have been found from footprints to hair, but science can explain most that often they turn out to be from bears. And 5 decades of searching have turned up no body, no high-quality photographs. Eventually, even many fervent Yeti hunters see the truth in a more prosaic explanations. A famous Italian climber has spent years tracking Yeti stories across the Himalayas and even caught a glimpse of it a couple times. All evidence, as he wrote, points to a nocturnal species of brown bear. I don't believe that.
I mean,
why would there be brown bears in the Himalayas?
Well, brown bears is similar to grizzlies in America. So, I mean, you're talking about big bears.
Yeah, but everybody knows the belly bump of a bear. If you see a big, thin, skinny bear, I just don't see it now.
Well, they were talking about like the hair and stuff.
Oh,
the supposed proof.
Well, I mean, it could just be government cover-up saying that.
Absolutely,
whatever labs are doing the testing.
Also, it could have been bears.
Could be the labs. Well, in Bhutan, Sengay Wangkok, a national director of conservation, Sengay Wangchuk, a national director of conservation, knows what it is to wrestle with belief and science. He has a master's degree from Yale and a doctorate from the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology.
Whoa.
He's a scientist who oversees legions of rangers and researchers. His training tells him not to believe in something unless it has proof. But the Yeti stories run deep here, and denial means more than just casting off an old belief. When he talks about the Yeti, words stumble out in sentence fragments, trying to straddle the line between science and heritage. As he says, my parents, my village, they still believe. As a biological entity, it's very difficult to believe, but it's very difficult to say no. Confusing quote. So this man let's be specific, this man of science has found a very unscientific middle ground, telling people, let's not dig too much into it. Let's talk about it, but leave it at that. And not conclude, yes, it's there, or no, it's not there. In March of 1954, the Daily Mail printed an article which described expedition teams obtaining hair specimens from what was alleged to be Yeti scalp found in a monastery. The hairs were black, dark brown, and in color, and in dim light, a fox red in sunlight. The hair was obtained by Professor Frederick Wood Jones, an expert in human and comparative anatomy. During the study, the hairs were bleached, cut into sections, and analyzed microscopically. The research consisted of taking microphotographs of the hairs and comparing them with hairs from known animals such as bears and orangutans. Jones concluded that the hairs were not actually from a scalp. He contested that while some animals do have a ridge of hair extending from the pat to the back, no animals have a ridge running from the base of the forehead across the plate and ending at the nape of the neck. Jones was unable to pinpoint exactly an animal from which these hairs were taken. He was, however, convinced that the hairs were not from a bear or an ape. But Devin, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Okay? You might say, none of this is conclusive evidence. What kind of proof do you have for me? Well, Devin, what if I told you one of the world's leading superpowers has taken so much interest in the Yeti that they eventually funded an expedition to find indisputable proof of the beast?
Which one? You have no hair there.
Because the Russian government took an interest in the Yeti in 2011.
That's recent.
Not long ago.
That was 10 years ago.
And organized a conference of Bigfoot experts in Western Siberia.
Whoa.
Yeah. Bigfoot researcher and biologist John B. claimed that he saw evidence and that the Yeti not only exists, but also nests and shelters out of twisted tree branches. That group made headlines around the world when they issued a statement that they had indisputable evidence of the Yeti and were 95% sure it existed based on some gray hairs found in a clump of moss in a cave. Now, sure, other scientists on that same expedition may have argued that not only was there obvious evidence of tool-made cuts in supposedly Yeti twisted branches, but also the trees were conveniently located just off a well-traveled trail and hardly in a remote area at all. But that doesn't explain hair samples. And also, maybe Yetis use tools. I mean, come on. They wouldn't have lasted this long if they didn't know how to use a fucking tool.
Yeti tool?
A Yeti tool. I mean, they got a cooler.
Shut Anyway, I don't know. What do you think it's so far, man? I really like the angle when I was doing the research for this part of the episode. I really liked the angle of the guys from Bhutan who have like this anecdotal evidence and this kind of culture of believing in the Yeti.
Well, allow roughly 5 minutes of tomfoolery right here.
Hello? You can't stop reading the format. Don't read the format part of the script.
I think it's funny to do at least once an episode.
So, tomfoolery.
Well, that's it.
Oh, great.
No. Okay, so here's the deal. Yeah, these are real.
Whoa.
I mean, that's obviously conclusive evidence. We don't even need to go any further. The episode's over.
But we will.
Oh, but we will, yeah. And I have more evidence to prove it. But to listen to that, you're going to have to go to where a podcast can be found. Anywhere podcast can be found.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next week.
Later.
Hey, if you enjoyed that, you can listen to the rest of this episode wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure to subscribe.
How'd you get out of your seat?
To never miss another episode. For all things,